Wout Weghorst. Wout Weghorst to Manchester United is closing in on completion. A deal that may have caught many Manchester United fans off guard. As you can see here, a report coming directly from Turkey that Batiskas have are expected to meet with Weghorst's agent today. An agreement between Burnley and the Turkish club is approaching, with Burnley paying them to make the move happen. Weghorst has told the president that he wants the move. He wants Manchester United. He has also said his goodbyes in front of the crowd in a game to say thank you for your time, but I want to move on. This comes at the same time as Arsenal getting closer to a deal for Joao Felix, and now a commitment of £70 million option to buy the player has now been included in the deal. We know that Diego Simeone wants that to go through, but Arsenal are winning the race for Joao Felix, while Manchester United are settling for Weghorst. What is your thoughts? What is your feeling on this news? We're going to delve into it in more detail now for you. Smash the like button, subscribe to the Football Terrace. Let's go. An interesting couple of days. It's been an interesting couple of days in the transfer market. There is no doubt about it whatsoever. We saw the situation with Enzo Fernandez on his way to Chelsea, Chelsea committing to spend large amounts of money. And then it kind of falls through as a deal. It's reported now as being back on, but it falls through because we didn't get from it what we expected, and that's Chelsea offering the money. Man United have been heavily linked with Joao Felix. Reports in the Mirror this morning that United have got an option on this deal. But what has been spoken about for a long time is Man United's lack of money. Man United not having a bottomless supply, or not having the facilities to complete the deals that they want. This was kind of rounded up from in an article here, as you can see, by James Ducker, who states that John Myrtle has told him that Man United won't be busy in the January transfer window, but they want a centre forward. He says United are already underway for making their plans for next summer. So it's that whole, we're not going to spend big money this month. It's all going to be next summer. That's what Man United are going to do. And look, firstly, I want your thoughts and your feelings on that, because Man United find themselves in a very interesting situation, because they're currently ahead of where they expected to be. Are they in a title race? No. But did anybody put Man United in this position a handful of points off second at this stage of the season? The answer is quite simply no. Nobody expected that to be the case. Nobody expected Man United to be where they are right now. So United fans want investment. And what I have seen from a lot of people online is, well, we spent 212 million pounds in the summer, Terry. The manager's been back so far. Why are you frustrated? Well, my frustration comes from the sense that we're Man United fans become very one-dimensional in their thought process when it comes to the Glazers. You are right. We spent £212 on Ten Hag's squad in the summer. The reason we don't have the money to buy what the manager truly wants is because of past failed projects and the hemorrhaging of money that has come before Ten Hag has arrived. And we can't ignore that. We can't ignore it at all. But I do want your thoughts on Weghorst. You look here at his statistical breakdown. At Wolfsburg, prolific. 70 goals and 22 assists in 144 games. At AZ, 45 goals and 13 assists in 86 games. Since he's been in Turkey, he's played 18 games, scored 9 goals, 4 assists, as an example. Burnley, of course, was not a good hunting ground for him. But in his career, as you can see, 172 goals in 414 games. So when I say prolific, I'm probably being a little bit kind. He's a good level striker. But is this going to be enough for Man United? It is only short term. It is only going to be on a loan. There is talk of a buy option being included should Man United want to activate this. I'm just not too sure. I'm not going to lie. I'm not too sure. I feel like this is the kind of player that if we have a prolific number 9 and Weghorst is your backup for the bench, I can handle that. To be the main number 9 between now and the end of the season, it feels a little bit bargain bucket. It feels a little bit underwhelming. It feels a little bit frustrating. And I can understand why Man United fans are angry with this. I completely and utterly can. And I want to read this to you because I was reading the story earlier on today, and it's coming thick and fast. This deal feels like it's going to happen. This feels like it is going to happen. You know, where you've got Laurie Whitwell talking about it. You've got the Athletic breaking down how hard he wants to work, how much he wants to learn. There's talk that he's seen as Ten Hag's ideal number 9 for the project. And I think this is lip service. If I'm being honest, I think this is lip service. I think he is someone that Ten Hag can work with. I think he's a player that can score us some goals and help us. But does Ten Hag really want him over Joao Felix? Not in my opinion. Did Ten Hag really want him over Gakpo? Not in my opinion. This is Man United having to settle for 4th choice, 5th choice, 6th choice because of Glazonomics. Because we've burnt too much money in the past 10 years to be able to afford it. And I said this would happen. I said it would happen. And it's why the Glazers have got to go. But I want your thoughts and I want your feelings on this deal. It feels like it's closing in, as I've already mentioned, saying goodbye to the crowd. It says here, I think it's pronounced Wout. Wout Weghorst says goodbye to the Batiskas fans ahead of the reported loan move to Manchester United. As we said at the beginning, there's going to be a meeting today with the agent. Burnley and the Turkish club are going to have a meeting. Burnley will we're Burnley paying them to make the move happen, meaning they'll get a percentage of the loan fee that Man United give Burnley. Weghorst has told the president that he wants to move, and it does feel like this deal will go through and get completed. But I want your thoughts and I want your feelings on it, people. In other news here in the Mirror, Atletico Madrid are demanding 9.5 million loan fee and a commitment to buy at 70.5 million for Joao Felix. Atletico believes Jorge Mendes will hold further talks with Arsenal today to see whether or not they will firm up their initial position. Now, this is massive for Arsenal and their pursuit of Joao Felix. Absolutely gargantuan. And it's gargantuan because we're now seeing a major breakthrough if this report becomes true. Now, we know that the player's preferred destination is Arsenal. This is probably one of the reasons why Man United are pushing so hard for the Weghorst deal. Because as much as they want Joao Felix, one, they don't really have the facilities for that big man. Secondly, the player prefers Arsenal. That has to be said. But what we're now seeing is Arsenal make that first initial breakthrough of an option stroke obligation to buy at the end of the deal. I felt all along this is what's been holding it up. What's been holding this deal up is, well, if we drop 10 million, 20 million on him now, if we deliver our targets, which is now winning the Premier League for Arsenal, it's money well spent. It's money well spent. Football clubs don't really care about the mythological unicorn in the room, which is net spend. It's a fugazi. It doesn't matter. Arsenal win the league, the prize money they get in return, the riches that come with that circumvent net spend because it doesn't exist in the player in player out model. It's turnover of your it's profit and loss anyway. But I think what was really holding it up is nobody wanted to drop that money on him just for Ati to keep him in the summer if Simeone leaves, or for Real Madrid or Barcelona or Bayern Munich or somebody, PSG, to come in and say, well, we'll pay 110 million pound for him. We'll pay 120 million. Say he comes to Arsenal and scores 15 goals between now and the end of the season and it's electric. And then a club with a bit deeper pockets comes in and buys him and Ati go, yeah, we'll send him to PSG instead. Arsenal are going to lose a major asset there. So Arsenal, before committing to this loan, are trying to get an option to buy in place, which gives them control over the scenario. And I think if you spend £10 million on a loan fee, and then 70 million pound on a transfer fee, 80 million in total on Joao Felix, you're getting an absolute star. Now, what we know is Diego Simeone, we reported this yesterday, is becoming irritated at the situation and wants the player gone, wants him out in January. So things look like they might be about to escalate very, very quickly with this deal, according to these reports from the Mirror this morning. But if Arsenal can get that transfer fee secured and that deal over the line, they are well on their way to winning this Premier League title, in my opinion. They truly, truly are. But viewers, I want your thoughts and I want your feelings. Maybe I'm being a little bit, I don't know what's happened to my camera here. Everything's gone very weird. Maybe that'll sort itself out. Why has it gone all strange and bright? I don't really know. Maybe I'm being a little bit disrespectful to the Weghorst deal. I want to know what you all think and what you will feel about that, ladies and gentlemen. I want to get your take. I want to get your understanding. I want to know what you think in relation to him coming to Manchester United. I personally feel underwhelmed. But hope that I'm wrong. I hope that he comes in and Luke Shaw and Bruno Fernandes are pinging crosses onto his head and he's banging goals in left, right, and centre. I hope that his hold-up play and bringing others into play shines bright like Olivier Giroud for France. That's what I'm hoping for. But I remain pessimistic because it feels like Glazonomics. It feels like we're cutting corners. It feels like we're feeling the sting in the towel for years of malpractice at the club. And that doesn't mean that Ten Hag's reign is going to end in disaster because the club are being sold. So it will eventually sort itself out. But this is a key moment, in my opinion, for Man United fans to remember the reason why we're Glazer out. And Arsenal fans, more breaking news this morning on Joao Felix to Arsenal. I want your take on this, especially with Man United seemingly out of the race because of the move for Weghorst. I want to get your take on that. Until next time, my people, thank you all for tuning in. Take care. Goodbye. God bless. And we'll see you all again soon. Thank you.